The knock wasn't loud. It didn't carry urgency or force. It was calm, almost polite, but the moment it echoed through the house, something in the air fractured. A tension I couldn't name tightened my chest before I even reached the door. And when I opened it, I knew why. A police officer stood beneath the soft glow of the porch light, holding my 6-year-old son gently by the hand. Liam's small fingers were wrapped tight around the officer's sleeve, clutching it like a man lost at sea clings to driftwood. His eyes were red, his cheeks streaked with dried tears. "Sir," the officer said quietly, his voice grave, "your son was found wandering alone near the loading dock at Valley View Mall. Security called us. We couldn't locate his guardians." He just kept saying, "Mama left me." I couldn't speak. The words stuck in my throat, blocked by the pounding of my pulse and the rising storm behind my ribs. I bent down, arms outstretched, and Liam collapsed into me. "I thought you left me too," he whispered into my shoulder, his little voice trembling with leftover fear. I called my wife immediately. She answered with laughter, sharp, careless, laughter that scraped against my skull. "Oh, I guess we didn't even notice," she said, still giggling like she was recounting a funny mishap at brunch. In the background, I heard her mother's voice, loud, amused, cruel. "They really gave him back that easy. You should have seen how dramatic he got when we walked off. They thought it was funny, a joke." That was the last time I ever let rage guide me. From that moment on, I let calculation take the wheel. I loved her once, God, I did. Tara was sunlight when I met her, sharp-witted, radiant. A laugh that turned every head and filled every silence. She swept me up in a whirlwind, pulling me into her orbit before I had a chance to think. We moved fast, lived fast, loved fast. But her mother, different, poison and pearls. She was always in the room when she wasn't invited, whispering doubts, undermining me with passive jabs. "You're lucky my daughter picked you," she'd slur over wine, lips twisted in a smirk. She's always had a thing for broken projects. I should have walked then, but I stayed. Because of Liam, my son, my mirror, the boy with my eyes and her smile. I lived for him, every extra shift, every sleepless night, every scraped knee and bedtime story. I counted those moments like gold. I trusted them with him. That was my greatest mistake. Something had been wrong for a while. Little things, unexplained bruises, a fresh scrape with no clear story, the way he'd flinch if I stepped too quickly, the panic in his eyes whenever I left the room even for a moment. I asked Tara. She brushed it off with a laugh. "Kids fall. He's just sensitive. You baby him too much." But kids don't develop night terrors from scraped knees. Then came the mall incident. And that laughter scorched my memory like acid. So I shifted gears. I stopped yelling, stopped confronting. I started watching. I installed hidden cameras throughout the house, quiet, untraceable, slipped a GPS tracker into the lining of Liam's jacket. Then I reviewed the mall footage. A friend who worked security helped me. "What?" He showed me, twisted my stomach into knots. 6 minutes after entering, Liam paused by a Lego display. Tara and her mother turned, looked back, then kept walking, smirking, laughing. They left him. They walked away and didn't return for over 35 minutes. He wandered the mall alone, past strangers, past exits, past danger. That wasn't just carelessness. That was neglect. But I didn't want revenge. I wanted results. I wanted proof. So I started documenting. Every time she forgot to buckle him into the car seat. Every time she left him asleep and ran off to grab milk. Receipts, timestamps, video clips. I went further. Transferred most of our shared savings into a private custodial trust under Liam's name. Legally untouchable. I rewrote my will. Filed paperwork with a lawyer assigning guardianship preferences. Then I filed an anonymous complaint with Child Protective Services. Attached the footage, and I waited. 3 weeks later, Tara came home to silence. No Liam, no note, no trace. We were at a friend's house, one she didn't know existed. Liam was curled up next to me, spaghetti sauce on his chin, cartoons on the TV safe. Then came the knock at her door. This time it was CPS, and they'd seen enough. She called, shrieking, furious, demanding to know where we were. I answered calmly. "You lost your son in a mall," I said. You didn't even notice. Then you laughed. Remember that." Her rage turned to pleading, then to threats, then to sobbing. I listened, let her burn through it all. Then I said, "You don't get to laugh at his pain and still call yourself his mother." Click. The custody hearing was brief. My attorney laid it out: footage, witness statements, timelines, receipts. Tara's lawyer sputtered objections, but they collapsed under the weight of evidence. The judge didn't hide his disdain. "You're lucky the father isn't pressing criminal charges," he said, voice like frost. "Temporary full custody to the father. Supervised visitation, pending 6-month reevaluation." I watched Tara's face collapse in slow motion like burning paper. Her mother tried to whisper something, but the judge cut her off with a single look. She tried to meet my eyes. I didn't blink. Weeks passed. Quiet, peaceful. Liam stopped having nightmares. He stopped flinching when the doorbell rang. He started drawing again, pictures of us, of home, of me. Then came the final twist of the knife. Tara thought the savings account we built together was still within her reach. She didn't know I drained it slowly, carefully, legally. Every penny now sat in investments under Liam's name. She tried to withdraw. The account was empty. She called again. "You took everything," she spat. "No," I said. "I gave it to the only person we were supposed to protect. You planned this," she hissed. I smiled. She couldn't see it, but I smiled. "No. You planned it the day you walked away from our son without looking back." Now every night, I tuck Liam into bed. He sleeps peacefully. No more flinches. No more fear. And some nights, I sit under the stars, thinking about how close I came to losing him. How love nearly blinded me to danger. They laughed. But laughter fades. Evidence doesn't. Now they know. Some betrayals don't end with shouting. Some end with silence and full custody.